Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about making these cute little state stickers using little wallpaper backgrounds with some flowers in it. And I'll also give you tips on how to do islands and keeping them all together so you don't have any floating away. Stay tuned. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is we need to have a background to make these stickers with. These are just little wallpapers that I've made outside of Design Space, but they do offer a lot of different backgrounds that you can search through in the images section. And then I also find all of my states there as well. So I'll show you here. If you go to images and you just type in the state you want to do. So we can do Texas. And we're going to find a ton of different ones in here, but I like to use the ones that are Cricut based made. And you go down to Creator here, and we're going to click on Cricut, and then just scroll through and look for a dark silhouette based image. That's this one here. Those are what I like to use. It makes it the easiest because you don't have to do any kind of manipulation to it. It's just ready to go. And we're going to add that to our canvas. So there's our Texas. So I got this one already set up along with these other states. And then the background, I went to upload here and I already have in a bunch of backgrounds that I've been playing around with. So I imported all of these already and put them here. And the next thing you're going to do is line up your image for the background over these. And then you can kind of change where you want them to go if you see like a different color pattern that you like better in some areas, especially because of how the states are cut out. You might miss something that you really like. So line it up where you want, and then you're going to select all of it together and slice. And that will make, let me move this here, that will make your sliced image of the state. So now what we need to do is put an offset, and I usually like to put these right around 0.85, and we'll hit apply, and you can already see where it's kind of laid out. So we're going to turn this white, and then we're going to group it all together here, and then we're going to flatten. And that's our sticker that we can print now. So with some of these other ones where the shape of the state is a little more cut out, you can move this a little bit bigger or try to fit it maybe at an angle, kind of figure out where you can get the most background coverage on your image. So I kind of like it there. We're going to group this all together, and we're going to slice, and then we're going to pull this all apart here. I usually stack up all these backgrounds here, and now you have your California. So we're going to go ahead and offset, and we'll use the same one, and we'll go white. And we're just going to repeat the same thing. We're going to, oops, that happens, just hit the back button. And we're going to group it all together and flatten. There you go. Okay, so now we have Hawaii. Okay. So if you take this image and see how you have the contours, what you can do is just take part of it. So let's duplicate it so we have other parts to choose from. And we're going to take away some of the bigger ones here. And let's just use this back half. Then you make this smaller. And then you will see more of these little images in there because you've made the background smaller. It kind of magnifies it. And let's turn this a little bit. Okay, I like that. And the smaller you make it, the more you'll see. There we go. So highlight the whole thing and slice. And see how you can actually see the flowers. Let me make this bigger so you can see better. Now you can actually see that there's some designs in there and not just patches of color. I'm going to use my arrow keys to really get it lined up. And it needs to be just a hair bigger. And it just has to be close. You don't have to have it perfect. Okay, so we'll keep that. So that's about right. And then we'll move this one. And we'll put this on the front as well. And let's move this down. That's pretty darn close. Okay, so now we can move this apart and you have all of the islands with the new background to it. And then we're going to group this all together. And then we're going to go ahead and create the offset. So this is where it gets kind of tricky depending on what you like and the looks. You can make it bigger so that all the islands connect. Or if you make it a little bit smaller, I like to make my own little connector pieces because I don't like it to have a huge offset. So let's go ahead and we'll hit apply. Let's turn it white. And then what I'm going to do is just put in like little circles here or maybe a different shape. So we need to make it white. And what I like to do is make sure that this is unlocked so we can kind of change the shape to fit what we want. So let's squish this up. So then what we're going to do is we're going to select all of it and we're going to group it and flatten. And now it's ready to go as a sticker and it'll print as one whole sheet. Because there's nothing worse than, you make this sticker and then have to figure out where to put the state or the islands in order for them to look like they're in the right location. But there you go. That's how you do Hawaii. And probably Alaska too, and Florida with the extra little islands that they have. Now we're going to keep filling up this cut and print template that I've made and make some more states and then print it out. And we will wait for that to print, and while it's doing that I can choose what my Cricut actually is going to cut. So I found when I put a laminate topping on my sticker sheets, this setting right here, the printable vinyl, works really well. I've actually gone into the settings and made it so that this cut is a stronger cut, so it comes down more, and it also goes around it twice, so I find that I have a really good cut with it. And I do still always choose more just to give it that extra little bit to make sure it cuts through the paper. So we'll move on and go over to the Cricut machine. Okay, so these got printed out really nicely. I've attached them to my cutting mat that's a light grip mat, or you can use one of the green ones as long as it's been a little bit used and not too tacky. And I've got today some matte laminate. I'll have all of the links to the sticker papers and laminate that I've used here down below in the description box. Okay, let's make sure that this cut all the way through without ejecting it, and it looks great. So let's go ahead and hit the eject button. Okay, so there's your Hawaii. Looks really good. I think I really like how this one came out. I did it just a little bit differently, but I like the flower pattern on it. I don't know, I like them both ways. You'll have to leave me some comments and let me know which one you like better. I kind of like that this is smaller because you can make a bigger sticker out of it. the flowers. Well, I think these stickers turned out really well. I think maybe next time I will try making some that aren't so flowery in design and something totally different. And I hope you try these as well and that you've learned something from this video. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.